What's going on, y'all? So the narcissist saw my videos that I recently posted talking about them, and I got a phone call from them. I don't answer their calls. They should already know this by now because I've set that boundary and asked them not to call me or talk to me or message me. And what do? They still cross that boundary. And I've had my reasons. I gave them my reasons. Anyway, they left a message on my phone. I usually delete them right away, but my wife wanted to hear. So I heard the message with my wife. Now, mind you, this message was not like, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way. No apology, no nothing. I didn't know I was doing this to you, yada, yada. Only in Disney movies will you find that, guys. With the narcissistic person, the way they came at me was, on the message was, you need some help. That's what they told me. They say, you need some help. And basically, you're wrong. And they start gaslighting me and telling me what their idea of how they are towards me. And I mean, it's insane because their ego doesn't want to be exposed. You know what I mean? They want to keep their ego. They want to keep the positive persona of how they are. Narcissists will show one person out in public, but when they're by themselves, they're a totally different person, and they'll never let you see that person that they are. Maybe at some point, which at one point this message was showing me, the message that the narcissistic person gave me or left on my phone was that basically them proving my point about what I was saying about narcissists, that they try to gaslight you, they try to guilt trip you and tell you what your reality should be. And at that moment, I was like, this person is basically proving my point. So once again, she tried to come at me with tactics that she's used before to try to get me to live in her reality. Which brings me to my next point, is that if you have kids and you're still letting this narcissist control your life, your kids are the next target because they're fresh meat. They're going to want to control their lives through you, for them, for their own sake, for their reality that they want to put in public. And what's going to happen is your kids are going to lose their sense of self as well, just like they've caused you to lose your sense of self in that narcissistic relationship that you've had with a mother or a cousin or anything like that, any close relationships. They will cause you to lose your identity, so much so that when you decide to go no contact and decide to get them out of your life, that you start to discover who you really are. And it feels like it's going against the grain. Like I said, when I heard this message from my mother, the narcissistic mother I was talking about, she was already trying to gaslight. I'm telling you, there's no sorry. I didn't know you felt that way. I'm sorry, this and this. Only in Disney movies will you find out. Only in Disney movies do you see the narcissistic person ever change. It's not Disney. They don't change. And it's a choice. They choose to walk over your boundaries. It's a mindful choice on their end. If you think it's a mistake, it's not a mistake. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it to you. They're doing it to your kids. And they don't care about you. They care about themselves only. Appreciate y'all. Hope that helps.